Why hello there fellow Witcher 3 fans and open world gamers, it's Robbie with Open World Games and we are talking about The Witcher 3. We are going to be joined with the dev team who are going to go over a bunch of brand new details about The Witcher 3, including combat, saved game transfer from The Witcher 2 story, graphics tech, DLC and hardcore mode, playing as Ciri, and monsters and so much more. Since this is going to be such a very long video, check that description for a full guide to skip ahead to the monsters, skip ahead to story details, and what you want to know about The Witcher 3. So guys, sit back, relax, and enjoy.
I believe we have some time for some questions. Now, I'm looking at my phone. Don't worry, I'm not talking to my mom, even though she's sending me some stuff. I'm actually looking at some of the questions we're getting.
From my brother.
Question from a Dukan. Adukan wants to know, will we be seeing any of the characters that didn't make the cut from The Witcher 1 to Witcher 2? I think, if I remember correctly.
So good.
But the answer is, I know the answer. Do you know the answer to that?
I do know the answer to that, and answer is...
Yeah, I know the answer.
Literally, it's a bit sad, but it's none of them.
The answer is no. However, they are mentioned, and we never know. We're gonna start working on the DLC actually, so
Who knows what comes from that?
we might
right?
bring some back. But sorry. Oh,
It's
right.
very sad, actually.
It is quite sad.
All right.
Actually, I'm gonna ask you the next
Next
one
one
again
as well.
because I know you quite like crafting. And this one is from
Overworking me.
Owain. Is that right? Owain? Would you say
Owain, yeah.
Owain wants to know, how will crafting work? Excellent question, isn't it? Finally, we get to talk about it.
Oh, gee, we've been waiting so long for actually
All
being
right,
able to
go
talk
on.
about this.
I'm just
So-
checking the questions.
So, first off, crafting always starts with a blueprint, right? You have to find the recipe for what it is that you craft. Once you have that, you set out to find the necessary ingredients. And once you have that, you need to find a blacksmith or armor smith skilled enough to actually craft the stuff that you want to craft. You basically give him the ingredients, tell him, all right, this is what I want to have made, go.
It'll do it for
And
you.
the cool thing about it is sometimes it will just not be good enough. And for example, master quality items will require a master blacksmith or armor smith, respectively.
It is pretty straightforward.
Yeah, it is. And here's the twist. Some of these blacksmiths or armor smiths, they actually need to be unlocked in a way. You know, by doing quests, for example, they're not immediately accessible. Sometimes, you know, their
that's right.
shop is not working or anything.
Yeah,
You just
yeah.
help them out.
It's pretty cool. I like it. I like it a lot, actually. All right. So next one. How will? Okay, that's from. Okay, actually, multiple users asked about
What's
this.
that for a nickname?
It's an amazing nickname. How will the alchemy system work?
And there we go.
And basically, I'll just say that this is a bit rare, but we just need to ask that bit because I'm sure we can go into more detail. So alchemy. Basically, you will find the ingredients.
It starts with a recipe.
It starts with the recipe.
Like
You find
all
the
the
ingredients for the recipe. You will create a potion that will maybe have 3-4 uses.
Doses, right.
Yeah.
It can also be like bombs or what's the other thing? Oils, right?
Oh yeah, for the
Oils,
for the sword.
example. Yeah, exactly. And the cool thing here is that this actually requires a fair amount of effort from this player side. It's not just, all right, gather one herb and make your potion.
You need
but
quite a few. But the key thing here is that once you get it, you, like I said, there's like 3 doses from it. And in order to replenish it, you need to meditate and have some alcohol. So you will sort of dilute the alcohol into, the potion into the alcohol. And then you have 3 doses again.
Yes.
And I really like that system because it's cool.
Yeah, so basically it's harder to get the actual potion, but once you get it, it's yours. You can relatively easily replenish it. And this is really cool because in Witcher 1 and 2 we found that people would kind of cling on to their potions, they would make them but never really use them, saving them up for an opportunity that would never actually happen. And this kind of system allows players to actually use your newfound toys, and that's a really
and it works. Most importantly, it works. We tested it and we agree that it's the best way for people to just play with the potions and the, like we said, the oils and so on. Otherwise, you end up with this thing like in Resident Evil, where you just finish the game and you have just lots of shotgun shells and so on because you're too scared to waste them and you didn't have fun with them, which ultimately you should.
Yeah.
I think it's a great.
It's actually really cool because also with how the recipes are balanced, it really feels like making a new potion really feels like something special.
So We have Mackenzie 2014. Does Geralt have? Does he have a wider range of melee combat animations and moves than the second game?
Yes, definitely.
Absolutely. We've added.
96?
Yeah, just.
I don't know.
No, I thought it was just over 100.
Yeah.
Over
something
100.
like that.
You can unlock them depending on which branch in the skill tree you wish to go to. You know, it's if that's your thing, then yeah, you'll be able to unlock them. If you want to focus more on the spells, the signs.
Yeah, I think
then you can do that, or potions as well. You can focus on potions, so it really depends.
I think there's been a lot of previews that's coming out today, ever since the embargo lifted, and they basically, combat has never been or has never looked so fluid. So
sorry, it's someone. I think it's the same guy. He asked, "Can we opt to keep Geralt's beard rather than have it shaved off? It looks so badass."
you can.
Yes, you can. Of course, you can.
Sure.
I would not on my watch. His map says, "Can we meditate everywhere, or we'll have fireplaces?"
I think there's some restrictions, but
it's both, though. I mean, if there's a fireplace, you can pretty much meditate, unless it's someone's house. Then
yeah. You can't just go into someone's house and light a fire.
No, you can't. But you can start a fire outside if you.
Is there any particular feedback from the fans of The Witcher 2 that you have specifically incorporated in The Witcher 3 to make it a better game in terms of gameplay, combat, user interface, or anything else?
Well, yeah, to the above. Yes, to the above, isn't it? Really.
Yeah.
I mean, combat, like we were just saying, we've added a lot of animations. It's a lot more fluid. People wanted a much more responsive combat mechanic, so we really worked super hard on this to make sure that it really felt it was rewarding, it was still challenging, that you could pick it up quickly if you were one of the journalists that came to see us.
Yeah, people feel
quickly picked it up. They were able to
and they
pull
feel
up
much more in control, right?
Yeah.
It's not that you get locked in an animation, but you really can just do one thing and then move to do the other. So that's really cool.
Indeed. All right, so let's go.
You want to do the next one? Minicram asks, do you plan to implement features for keeping the game away from aging like you did with Witcher 2 and Uber sampling? Thanks to that, The Witcher 2 is still one of the best looking games ever, I think. That's nice.
It is. You're right, it is.
We got that's
more your thing.
Actually, I think as far as I know, the Uber sampling feature is making its comeback, and that will help people to max out their PC, or if they really want to milk. If
you want to milk your PC, Uber sampling.
You can do that. Plus, there's also for PC users NVIDIA Hairworks.
Yeah, there's loads of stuff like that.
Yeah, that basically does give your PC quite a beating, but the hair looks amazing.
It does. So yeah, there'll be quite a few things that will, I'm sure in years to come, people will still use, like they use Witcher 2 and still to this day as a benchmark. I go on forums and I see people saying, I've got a new computer, Witcher 2. That will, dictate whether or not your PC is good enough for everything else.
Witcher Wild Hunt would probably fit those shoes just right.
Absolutely.
I hope.
I'm sure of it. I want to ask this question. Gadamachino.
You want to read it?
How can I transfer my progress from The Witcher 2 to The Witcher 3 if I played Witcher 2 on Xbox 360 and Witcher 3 obviously on Xbox One? Very good question. And actually, we have that, of course, for users that will be playing on the PS4. If you played the second one on PC and you play the third,
you don't have save games essentially, right?
We have, and I don't want to spoil it because I think it's a really very neat way of doing it, but you will come across someone that will sing. Oh man, I really don't want to say too much. I think singing the tales of your your past.
I think
tales
we already showed that person.
I didn't show anything.
I'm not sure.
Anyway,
we didn't kind of reveal the exact details, but maybe in the footage we've shown, maybe you'll find it.
So it's a guy, a person that sings your story, what happened to you, and if you speak to him, you'll be able to correct him, thus telling him the choices that you made on the 360 version, and that's how we transfer your save games. That's the best we could do, because otherwise it's impossible. But I think it's an excellent. It's a pretty neat way. I really enjoy it.
It's really cool because as with everything that we do, it's kind of woven into the narrative. It's not like this obvious,
Correct.
separate thing like a checklist you go through. No, it's actually part of the game.
And I like it. All right, pick another one.
All right, I'll go with demon exorcists. Exorcists? I'm sorry. His question is, you guys said we can go to any place we can see in the game. Does that mean we can climb high mountains and we can swim?
A good question. Actually, we were talking about that during the video.
Yes.
Yes, you can. You can climb mountains if there's a path or somehow you're able to grab a ledge. Then you can, and you can swim as well. You can dive, and you could swim and be attacked by sirens if that's what you want. That is fine.
Some
by
ways
me.
are safer, some aren't. The cool thing here is that the different paths you choose might lead you different ways, and then you find different loots or stuff. You know, there's always something to find around every corner. Assassin's Mentor asks, story-wise, does the game follow and build on the same emotional bond between Geralt and Ciri, in brackets, him being the father figure, that was in the books, or have things changed after her return?
Yes.
Done. All right, there we go.
Basically, you always have this this father-daughter relationship. Actually, we explain it from the beginning. I'm gonna not give any spoilers, but again, it was really important for us to introduce new fans to the Witcher lore without necessarily being familiar with the books or the games. So it was important for us to, from the very beginning, because you are searching for Ciri. She's an extremely important character. She is she's basically a weapon, a live weapon, isn't she? She can save the world from destruction. You need to find her. So from the very beginning, we explain to her, we show you who she is and how much she means to you. So from the beginning, you see that Geralt, who is usually quite tough and quite serious, has clearly got a soft spot for this little girl, and it's something that you will see is carried throughout the game. Yeah. Especially since we allow you to play as Ciri sometimes, every now and then. It's really cool because I'll just carry on because I like talking about Ciri. Actually, she's really cool. I really like the way it's done because you get to see her struggle, and you get to understand, how scared she is and who's chasing her, and not only that, but it helps you find, the energy to go find her. Because if you were to chase that white rabbit for hours and hours and hours without finding her, you get a bit tired of it. But we'll take you and we'll say, okay, now you can play as her for 10, 15 minutes up to there's a few hours.
It's actually really cool because she is not just this damsel in distress. She's actually quite badass.
She is badass. She really is badass. But at the same time, you still wanna help her. But she is badass from a gameplay point of view.
Daughter figure, right?
Exactly. No, I really like playing as her. I really do. I think she's excellent. Shehana Strehu.
Jeez, we might need some help here. All right. He or she. Do you argue sometimes about things you want to do or put in the game?
On a daily basis. Which is good because it's good because if I want something in the game, I will explain it to Miles, and Miles will tell me, we already have a lot going on and I'm very busy. And I will say, yes, but wouldn't it be cool if this happened? And usually, if it's cool, it will happen. I like that. Actually, there's something, and I should have pointed it out, because there's something we added fairly recently, because, as you know, we pushed the date, and we're not going to push it again. But now we're utilizing this time to really polish the game and add things that we think were cool, such as, if you have a look at the beginning of this video, you will see that Geralt's sword will produce some sparks when he's swinging it and it hits a rock, and you'll see sparks flying, which works really well in caverns and all that, and I think that's cool. And that's basically someone saying, would it be cool if, and then people going, I think it would be, and then it gets done.
It takes time.
I mean, technically that's not really arguing, but sometimes you really need to argue and say.
We have that a lot in locations team actually. When we used to set up all the locations, we often get in like these not heated but still arguments where we go, this is better for location, no, this is better.
It is heated.
And
it's very heated.
No. They wouldn't agree ever. And ultimately, it always works out for the better of the location. It's like someone steps back from his work and goes, yeah, maybe you're right, and then things get changed. And ultimately, it's always better for the location and better for the game.
Would it be cool if we pushed the date for the game? Yes, said the team. We have more time to make it better. Winu says,
when you get to play as Ciri, will she be playable for some quest parts only? For example, the same way how the character switched in the Witcher 2 quest, The Eternal Battle. I remember that.
Yes.
And from the experience here, I think it will be somewhat similar. But, we've obviously evolved the systems since then and, made it smoother and feel less foreign. Yeah. Ciri, very much, it's this cool balance between her feeling different, as like playing entirely different, but also feeling familiar. Like the controls are, something you can relate to.
She uses a sword. She has a sword.
Exactly, but
it's still, third person. There is the ability to block and dodge and so on. But because she was trained as a witcher, but she wasn't meant to be a witcher. She was meant to be a sorceress, and that means you have this strange hybrid.
Yeah.
And the dodge, I love dodging with her.
It manifests in her playstyle.
Yeah, the playstyle. Yeah, we'll just say that. I really like playing as Ciri. When Ciri comes on, I remember when I first did a playthrough, it was like... Yes.
Did I mention she was a badass? It really
she
plays
is
like
badass.
that.
She is the badass.
Kmag94 asks, so my first question is about the crossbow. I was wondering if you shoot a griffin in the wings, will that take away its ability to fly or just cause damage?
It will. Yeah, the damage is global actually. But the way monsters work is that you will need to take them through different stages of the combat. This one in particular, you can bring it down by shooting him pretty much anywhere, and he will crash, and then you can get close, or maybe you don't want to get close because the griffin's got a couple of special attacks. That will destroy you if you're on the ground with it. So you need to figure out basically the patterns. They are boss fights at the end of the day.
Ultimately they're
need to be
strong.
prepared.
There are some really strong monsters, and the cool thing is that some things you can do in the game, like craft specific bombs or something, they can weaken monsters and actually disable entire abilities.
Yeah. In some cases, like a werewolf, you would disable a whole ability if you use the silver shrapnel bomb that will stop it from regenerating.
Yeah, we had that. We had during one of our E3 presentations, we had one of our players actually fail hitting the one silver bomb he had at the werewolf. And suddenly the werewolf fight got a lot harder. But the people, they liked it.
You can do it. Cool. You can do it if you, in fact, that links on to the next question. Lexaran or Lexaran asks, how hard is the game? Very good question. Well, it can be very hard. It depends. I was talking to Marcin Iwinski, who is one of the co-founders of the company. I was talking to him a few days ago because he will play on easy. He will play on easy because he is more focused on the story. He wants to just breeze through the game and appreciate the story without dying all the time, and that's fine, But we had this one guy, I forgot his name, one of the journalists, I think it was in San Francisco. The guy that when he started a new game and he went straight on the hardest.
Straight hardest difficulty.
Didn't last very long, but I could do it on hardest because I'm used to it. Yeah, he liked it because it's still rewarding and still satisfying. You just have to be a lot more familiar with the combat. You have to really be on the ball. It's a lot less forgiving, I think. So it's still really hardcore. It's really difficult. I still struggle as well in some parts. So
let's do one more of these questions and then go on to the community, the live questions.
Because I'm done with the live questions.
So
no more
because I want to ask this one because it's like your thing more or less.
Is it? Which one?
R5233 asks, what sort of leisure activities are there to enjoy in the game for Geralt? And I think
it's my thing. Leisure
game.
That'll be your thing. Yeah. Gwent, indeed. Well, we have quite a few mini games. A few mini games like we've brought back fist fighting. big.
No quick time events.
No quick time event. We don't swear at CD Projekt. No swear words. God, I hate quick time events. So fist fighting, I quite like a quick way to make money, and we brought some new ones as well, like horse racing, where you're actually putting money on your own horse and you're racing it. So it's not like you picking a horse and whatever happens. And then we've also created a Gwent. Gwent is a card game we mentioned in the books very briefly, and we were asked to come up with a card game that was pretty quick to play, so it will last about 10 minutes. You play against an opponent, and there are 4 factions. It's a deck building game. You can find cards in the wild, you can buy a few, you might win them against other players. And if you're really into it, if you're really digging Gwent as much as I am, the ultimate goal is to enter a competition. It's a huge competition at the end where you can win a lot of money. Basically, if you're really good at Gwent, you can be pretty badass.
I want to say here, I don't think this guy ever gets enough credit for it. He's basically the father of Gwent.
I am the papa. With
so that's why
my mate Rafa Uyaki, we both worked on it, and we spent. I mean, it's bloody hell. It's difficult. It's the first card game I designed. It's
there's some really cool development stories there. Like he used to actually print like dummy cards and take people out during lunch breaks and have them play with him. So that was really cool.
Yeah, it was fun, man. Finally, we've got the game done.
Yeah,
our little baby, and now we'll see if people like it. I hope they do. Maniacnum. You guys need to sort out your usernames. It's just really ridiculous. You're doing it on purpose. It says, "Can you get drunk or sniff some fisty?" Will there be and will there be a quest like on Hangover from which to? All right, let's just answer the first one. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. If that's your thing, go for it.
Yeah.
Why not?
Regarding the Hangover quest, who knows? Right?
Oh, this one. All right, popped in an insane mode. You want to talk about insane mode?
Are we talking about that just yet?
We're not talking about insane mode yet. Someone wants to know if there will be one. We want to work. We want one. We may have some plans for an insane mode. Maybe something that's a little more than just.
We don't know just how.
If people are not familiar, insane mode in Witcher 2 is basically you play the game. If you die, all your saves will literally be deleted.
Yeah.
You die once, everything. Hence the name insane.
Yeah, we really don't know how insane it should be.
Because it's such a huge game. We're talking hundreds of hours, and it's so punishing if you just because of something silly. But
fall off a cliff.
We think it's possible. It's possible, and we're still thinking about it. And maybe there'll be some different
possibilities.
Okay, now we got some more coming in. Okay, so this is the last one.
Dark Lord Dashi.
After
the main story, can we go back and complete side quests, or will the game be over?
No.
Really?
The thing is, right? I'm gonna be honest. I've started telling people it was a secret for a long time, but I've been telling people I have no idea how the game ends. We got over 36 odd endings, and I don't know a single one of them. I don't know about 5 to 6 hours of the end game because I don't want any spoilers.
Maybe you could get back to that question. Actually, it's really fun.
I don't even know.
I can't even answer.
I don't know. I did that on purpose so I would still be able to enjoy the game. So I can't tell you how it ends.
Yeah.
You know a few endings, don't you?
I know a couple of the endings. They're really cool.
All right.
Oh, so what happens is... No, but I think they will do the trilogy justice, definitely. I think fans will love it.
I wish I could answer it, but this is it. So, we are done, I think. I know there will be an option to play.
We were just briefed here by...
my mum is sending me a text saying there will be an option to play, smiley face, after the story is concluded.
Yes.
All right, so anyway, if you want to watch us again, don't forget to go on the YouTube channel. In fact, hold on, we were given a little list here of things that we should mention. So, follow this channel, be cool, be nice.
This Twitch channel, that is, right?
The Twitch channel. Don't forget, you can pre-order the game on GOG.com. Now, yeah, of course, they sort of asked us to say this, but I'm going to be dead honest with you. If you're a gamer like us, you know that DRM-free games make sense. It is the future. Enough. It has to go that way. So if you support DRM-free games, just go for it. Just pre-order. If you already have the game, and if you pre-ordered it somewhere else, just go back to God. Buy it for your mom. Your mom will love.
Who doesn't DRM? Who doesn't like that?
No, DRM-free. It just makes sense. Come on.
The address.
The address, gog.com/The Witcher 3.
Simple enough.
It is, and then at the bottom it says, need to say that after this, there's a
Little
cool
star.
guy called Bear Taffy
Bear Taffy.
that's gonna play Neverwinter Nights Diamonds Edition, which has also some bonus
it's
goodies
actually,
on.
Yeah, actually, I think Neverwinter Nights actually is one of the bonus goodies included.
Is that right? You get first Witcher game was done using the Aurora engine, which is the same engine as Neverwinter Nights, so it's got a little special place in our heart. So it makes sense. So there you go. Get a cool game, buy one, get another awesome game free, and you support DRM free games, which is the future of gaming. All right, are we good? Guys,
Yes, I hope
thank you
you
so
enjoyed
much. We
this.
love you all. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for the support. You are awesome, and you are the reason we work so bloody hard. And we love you very, very much, and we hope you you enjoy the game as much as we do. Mwah!
Thank you very much, everyone.